Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 5 of my F1 23 co-op career mode, where today we are in Miami, Florida for a race that is going to be absolute chaos on the tires. This race is just known for grueling tire wreckages and everything like that. But now, without further ado, if you do end up enjoying the video, make sure you go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and now let's head straight over to qualifying, where for the first time ever, we are making a Q3 appearance. And by we, I don't mean me, I mean Nate. My teammate has made a Q3 appearance. So let's see how that goes. So here he is. Currently he is obviously sitting P10. His first lap was not great, and now, even where he is now, he's managed to somehow pick up some front wing damage. So he is struggling with the times here, and he is definitely down, as you can see on his wheel. He is down at the moment, but as he comes onto the back straight now, there's Leclerc putting in the fastest lap. 3 guys have finished. Now 4. So Nate really needs to put in the lap here. But he's only maybe going to be up 1/10, 2/10 at the moment as he comes down the back straight. About to come into the final corner. There he is, braking for the final corner, coming around. Little bit of a misshift there, but he keeps on going. And as he crosses the line, it's only going to be a 3/10 gain. Sadly, only good enough for P10. So not the greatest lap. I understand he did have damage though, so that was probably the best he could do. But now, as we are lining up on the grid, I am P17. Nate is actually P20 because he took some engine penalties for some components that were very, very worn. But now we forget all about that as we go to 5 red lights, and they are out and we're underway at Miami in Florida. We get a little bit of a shaky wheel spin start, but we are flying as we send it. Absolutely send it down the inside of all these cars. We get a little bit up on that curve, which isn't great, makes us lose a bit of momentum. But just like that, we're up into P11 after a P17 start. But now we've got Russell right behind us. He's going to shape to the inside into this quick sweeping corner, and he is going to slip on through. Not much we could do there, and he's in a Mercedes, so realistically, there's not much I could have done. Anyway, so that is okay, but we are in P12. I believe Nate is still fighting for P20, P19, somewhere around there. But at the moment, we are making progress. But now as we come down this straight, we have the ERS deploying. No DRS just quite yet, but look at the pace that they're catching up to us. I understand that is Hamilton, but we are the quickest straight line speed car. The quickest. And yet we are still getting caught like that, which is quite worrying. And it wasn't even Hamilton, actually. It was Tsunoda, my bad. So that's even worse for us. But I think it does come down to Nate's and I's are nearly put it into the wall there. But prior to the weekend, Nate and I did choose an increased downforce rather than balanced, which is what all the AR have. And that may be our downfall. But now, onto lap 3. We're coming down that weaving back straight again, and you're going to see the absolute rate of knots that they all catch up to us. Or catch up to me. I have no ERS left. I've been using it all because of this. We have absolutely no straight line speed. So now I'm having to constantly defend into that weaving straight corner. And at the end of the back straight coming onto the main one. And yeah, so our pace has just gone after using this setup. It was not a good decision. It was completely wrong. Just like many of Ferrari's strategies this year. It is just wrong. But we got to live with it. We have no other options now, and again, as we're coming down this back straight, you can see he's gaining, and he is gone. He's gone. What can I do? Maybe could have sent him, but it would have been a bit risky, and yeah. I could not do anything about that, and now you'll see as we go on to lap 8, again, we're getting attacked around the outside, but that's actually Nate this time, who manages to catch up to us, and I'm going to let him through. He's on the hards, he's on a different strategy. And my mediums are gone. So now I'm going to try defend for him, give him a little bit of a gap so he can pull ahead and maybe pull out the overcut. Well, that's the aim anyway. But yeah, so our pace on the straight line is not great. But now Nate's let off slightly to try and help us, but he's maybe let off a bit too much as we are right on the back of him. We pull to the outside. He's on the inside. We're going to try box Gasly in here if we can. Try hold him off, but into this braking zone, I brake and then release, so I go deep, way too deep. And now Gasly's on the inside of Nate. Now he's falling behind. We have to get off the throttle just a little bit there to avoid going right into the back of him. But that has not worked at all. We try to box him in there, hold him off, and it did not work as Nate and Gasly are having a bit of contact there. A real old scrap. But now we have to settle in behind Gasly after having lost another position. And we are now back in P17. But now we absolutely send it down the inside as Nate intentionally brakes a little bit earlier to hold him up. But again, it didn't quite work how we wanted, sadly. But now I'm going to look to the inside, and I'll make the move anyway. Absolutely classy move. Maybe I said that a bit too soon. Got a bit too much wheel spin on the exit there. But, you know, we managed to get it in the end, which was all we could hope for. But now Nate is a sitting duck with no DRS. I'm gaining. I'm going to pull to the inside. We're going to try box Gasly in again. But no, I'm going to let Nate keep his position and just try to defend Gasly from him. Hold him right off. And now as we come on to the back straight on lap 10, Nate has completely gone into the distance. Nate is just gone. But Gasly, he is coming back at me, and there, what can I do? What can I do? Again, just like with Ocon, he has just absolutely flown past me, and I'm done. There's nothing I could do in that situation, and I'm in dead last, P20. So yeah, this race has not quite gone to plan. Definitely the wrong choice of setup for this car and our car. But now we come around the corner. Ricciardo, I believe, is coming out the pits, and he's going to come out just ahead of us. But then he comes onto the racing line, and he slows right down. So I almost go straight into the back of him. But luckily, I'm awake and managed to slam on the brakes quick enough. But now 2 laps later, on lap 12, or technically 1 lap, Nate has managed to do the overcut, as he is now in P16. So he is in P16. He's got the overcut on us, as we have pitted, but it's not on the video, but we have pitted already onto the hards, and he has come ahead of Ricciardo, and not far off Gasly either. So now we're going to try, see if we can reel Ricciardo in with Nate's help there, having slowed him down slightly. We've got the ERS, we've got the DRS, although now our ERS is absolutely depleted. So we're going to fake to the outside, then dip down the inside. It's going to be 3 wide into this corner, and we are going to absolutely send it. Even though Nate, our teammate, is there, we're going to send a bit of contact with Nate, but he's got our inside. I'm going to let him through, as he is still on the quicker strategy. But there, I almost lose it again with a bit of oversteer. But now onto the back straight on lap 13. You're going to see Magnussen is absolutely coming flying down. Ricciardo's already got us on this straight the previous lap. But this time I'm not giving in. I'm going to try and hold on to it as I dive back down the inside. But Magnussen, he gets the switch back as we go deep into that corner. And then we have to let off slightly as he is a little bit slow. But we have now got DRS, no ERS to use. It's all too low. But we shape to the inside and we send it. Not wanting to give up our P16, no, sorry, 18 that easily. I know that's such a low number, but there is yellow flags as Nate is off to the side. We go down the inside of Ricciardo, but we are going to have to give that position back as it was under yellow flags. But I believe as Nate was trying to overtake Gasly, he got too much on the curb and that spun him round. But he's only managed to lose a position to Ricciardo, myself and Magnussen, so it's not the end of the world. He's not too far behind. But now onto lap 14, or we're still on lap 14, but at the end of it, we've got all our ERS being used. We're using DRS as well. We dummy to the inside, go to the outside. We're going to try and brake perfectly this time, not too late. Dance around the outside of Ricciardo. Are we going to do it? Yes, we are. We just get the extra grip around the outside of that corner on the exit, and that is us up another position into P16, which isn't too bad, but now have to kind of defend a little bit, but not too much, so it is all right. But yeah, that's us up into P16 with 5 laps of racing to go. But now onto lap 6, or end of lap 16, coming on to 17, into the main straight, into the turn 1. You can see how close we all are on the mini-map, but we get a bump from the rear, from Magnussen. He rear ends us as we brake normally, but he just doesn't really understand that we're braking, I suppose, and he just rear ends us. But Nate, on the other hand, manages to dive him. He doesn't quite get the position yet, but now he is flying, and so are we as we come into the next corner. But oh, there's chaos behind us. Magnussen brakes early, and Nate is taken out, so not fully out, but then we spin as well. And oh my, in the matter of seconds, our race has gone to pot. And we have just reversed way too much for some dumb reason. And now we have rear wing damage, which is going to unsettle our car completely. As you'll see here, we barely steer. and we lose the rear end and we've got front wing damage. So now I am just dead last. And on lap 18, as we come out the pits after repairing our front wing, it's so hard to control the car. The rear end is stepping out. You can see there very minimal inputs of steering, and yet it's still wanting to go. And into this corner, we steer a little bit, then we lose, and we try to regain control, and we spin right around. And now we have to sit here and wait to be overlapped just so we can get back on track. And yeah, this race couldn't get any worse. And now as we go to rejoin the track, but what? We've been disqualified from the session for apparently going in the wrong direction. And there I've jinxed it, saying this race couldn't get any worse. Somehow, I've been disqualified for apparently going in the wrong direction when I was just sitting on the side of the track, waiting for them to go by. So yeah, that's my race in the bin, as Nate now limps home in P18. And what a horror of a weekend that has been for us. Absolute horror, and it all started from the wrong setup choice. Why did we go increased downforce? Why? When everyone else was unbalanced. But here are the results of that race then. Nate and I, right down the bottom. And yup. So there you have it. That was my round 5 of my F1 23 co-op career mode. And it was an absolute atrocity of a race weekend. From having the highlights of getting into our first Q3 to coming 18th and 20th, me being disqualified for some dumb reason where apparently I was reversing or going the wrong way. Meanwhile, I was just waiting to get back on track. Yeah, I'm speechless, honestly. It is not gone to plan. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in Imola for our round 6 of our F1 23 co-op career mode.